Dropshipping is officially dead, or maybe not. Is it true what people are saying right now on the internet? Is it still profitable? Are you going to lose money? What do we have to do? And what is my own point of view about dropshipping right now and in the near future? Look, in this video, I'm going to talk with you guys about my point of view on dropshipping, how it is right now for myself, for my clients, and from a lot of people that are here actually crushing it against others who are actually losing money on it. Look, I'm going to be completely transparent and raw with you guys in this video to share my opinion about dropshipping and how you can actually benefit from it. Okay. Because as most of you guys know, I am active 4 years right now with my own dropshipping stores. I'm still doing it and I'm helping others to do exactly the same. So when I started back in 2018, it was, but let's say 2019 when it actually took off, people were telling me that dropshipping was actually going to die as well. But as of today, 2024, people are still making hundreds of thousands of euros a month with it. So who should you actually trust and who should you listen to, right? Look, a true story from a seminar that I visited back in the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, it was when I was visiting a seminar from a dude who was doing okay with dropshipping. And I thought, it's always good to connect with others, to just be, let's say, open minded, to learn from others. And it was actually very good that I joined that seminar. But at some point, after the value that he gave, he was actually literally stating around in that seminar that dropshipping was going to die out in 5 to 6 months from now. And that was back in 2019, 2020. So that would mean that mid 2020, I needed to search for a new business model after the first 8 months of me actually struggling, that I need to find something else in order to, let's say, still maintain the basically the freedom, right, that I was searching for. That was actually why I initially started with dropshipping. So this actually hit me like a bomb basically back in 2020. When when a coach was telling me that it was going to die out in, let's say, 5 6 months from now. And when I heard that, I was very, very confused, but also I was aware of basically a lot of gurus online which were telling me that dropshipping was going to be profitable for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years because online shopping actually increased, right? And it's still going to increase. If I'm correct, the e-commerce and dropshipping market is consistently growing over the last 5 6 years and is only going to do better. It's like right now a billion market cap, like a multi-billion market cap already. And there are so many stores out there that are right now in e-commerce or dropshipping which are still remaining profitable and doing better and better and better because basically the behavior of people buying online will only be will only become more and more, right? So when I hear that, I was very skeptical, but I was also very, very aware of it could actually be that a business model would just collapse. At least that's what I thought. But if you're just basically very honest with yourself and you also understand that like a business model that already was there for like the past 5 years, 6 years, and even longer, then you should also understand that like such business model with online shopping cannot just collapse from one day to the other, and also not like a guru telling you in 5 to 6 months it's not profitable anymore, that is the truth, right? You should always question those people when they say such things and they have such statements. And luckily, that's what I did. You know, at that time, I was also searching articles and like minded people to see what they thought about it, right? Because I was still having that, thought in my mind if I actually needed to switch, right? So instead of looking, let's say, on YouTube, what most people do now, because back in the days it was not available, which was basically the luck that I had as well in such at some point. There are so many people right now teaching others how to do it. And at a certain point, you should also be very like mature enough in order to understand that everybody out there with just a thumbnail are just trying to catch attention, right? And when you're looking for like, is dropshipping profitable on YouTube, then most likely you will see 99% of the people are actually telling you that it's not. But it does not mean that they are telling you that it's not in the video itself, that it's just you relying on a thumbnail. And that is something luckily I didn't do. And I see many people do, right? So ask yourself, am I and others around me still going to, let's say, test and order more products online, right? Are there still more, is there still an increase in terms of behavior from people actually buying stuff online? And the answer is yes. Because if you think about it, people right now, when they're buying online, they're actually going right now from shopping online in terms of clothing to shopping online in terms of grocery store shopping as well. Everything is getting so easy for people nowadays that basically the increasement of buying online will only become bigger and bigger. So, from what I believe, my point of view is that the increase of online shopping and with that for drop shipping as well is only going to get better and bigger. And the term drop shipping is just the word itself that most likely scare people away, right? To scare people off. Because drop shipping is nothing more than just the term of basically the fulfillment, right? Drop shipping is literally selling products online without holding that inventory. So you're allowed to basically test products without having those products in stock. And that will also reduce the risk from the start. So it's not that the word drop shipping is, let's say, bad. It is literally the same as like a very big brand like Nike. Only thing is the order fulfillment part is the thing that is different. Because we are not having the products in stock, but we are selling it directly from the manufacturer to the customer's door. And of course, when I started, let's say back in 2018, 2019, like I needed to rely on, let's say, those AliExpress suppliers with very bad shipping times, 30 plus days. And that's basically what scares people off. But nowadays, there are so many opportunities, literally for every single obstacle there was back in 2018, 2019. There are now, right now, solutions that will basically fix that problem. So if you look at the suppliers right now, 99% of the people are relying on agents, right? And those agents will allow you to basically sell those products and ship out to the customer's door without having stock and still having it, to the customer's door within 5, 6, 7 days, right? And that's basically all over the world. So the way of, let's say, how a store has been built is the exact same on the front end. The only different thing is that the back end in terms of fulfillment is different. But if you, of course, lack in terms of customer support and you're actually treating it like a real business, like those brands do, that is what will separate you from basically the brands. Not the way how the fulfillment is, but the way how you actually, let's say, treat your customers. And that is the only difference, but that's the thing that you can control yourself when you're starting a store. Because eventually it's still a real business. The way how you treat it, that's up on you. So my biggest suggestion to you as well, when you start something like that, or you treat it like a real business as it is, because the only difference is the fulfillment part, and the rest is actually the same, right? So yeah, with that, it's just super important to understand that there are so many different people talking about so many different things, but there is no right or wrong. Most people are both right, but both wrong as well, because everybody has their own point of view, but there's someone telling you that dropshipping won't work, but they have no clear explanation why that is. Then it's most likely someone who's telling you that it's not working because it didn't work for them. And that is the biggest difference. So if you look at the real facts and people are like, those kids like, in private jets, driving Ferraris, like those kind of things, that's not something that will happen overnight, but it still shows the possibilities that are in this game, in this field, in this, let's say, new era of gold rush, right? That was like in the earlier days, the actual gold rush we have right now, the online gold rush. And that is, with the unlimited possibilities that you have right now with so many different business models out there. The only thing that you should have is focus in order to basically commit to one business model, go all in and see success with it, instead of having that basically shiny object syndrome and try everything out. And you tell everybody then, hey, I tried every single business model, online business doesn't work. But most likely you tried everything for 2 weeks, and that is not having, let's say, 1 year of business experience, but having 2 weeks in every business. And that is something completely different. So with that being said, the strange thing is that those people are telling you maybe that it's not profitable. Look, the strange thing is in 2024, I'm still running my own dropship store. And now that I also well understand that it really doesn't matter what other people think about it and saying about it, as people, who are saying that dropshipping is just not profitable, are the ones who maybe tried it for 4 days. Just keep your eye open, of course, be open for feedback, but also be always conscious and aware and question what they say. Ask them about proof, ask them about proof of concept in order to also understand who you're actually asking advice from. It could still be also maybe your parents, right? Who tell you like, online shopping is not the thing because they're, let's say, used to it the old school, the old way, right? And it's always good to ask advice, but it's very important to understand who you're asking advice from because it could not be the right source of information that you're asking advice for, even those maybe with the best intention to maybe protect you, right? So that's super important to understand. I literally see people, searching, will dropshipping work in 2024? Or, how much can I lose, when I start with dropshipping? But guys, you have to understand, if you ask how much are you going to lose, how much you can lose with a business model, if it's dropshipping or whatever it is, then you directly have the worst intention from the start as you're actually driving towards a negative part. And that will never set you up for success. So it's super important that you go, of course, within a business model that you like. If you start something, you do it with the right intention, right? Not to lose money, but it will make you money. But you need to first rely on something that you can trust, and in every area to ask advice, maybe to ask for help. And if you're going to do it yourself as well, that you have the right resources in order to do it profitably, right? So the thing about this business model as well is that we don't sell products, right? We sell products actually on our website, but the main thing that we want to do as a dropshipper, as let's say a store owner, is we are solving problems. So instead of like using this business model as, hey, I'm just selling products and you treat it like that, a quick suggestion and the tip that I can have for you right now is that you're not focusing on selling products, but on actually solving problems. If you go with that, or like, that you're solving a problem, or either you're, let's say selling something that people need or want, right? If it has a wow factor, for example, as I'm selling fashion, I might not directly sell or solve a problem, but I'm actually selling something that people need and want by using the right, basically, approach of advertising, right? And a book that I can recommend everyone to read is Scientific Advertising. That's the one book that I would recommend to everyone to read in order to basically understand how to market your product, how to sell, right? And how to advertise and basically market the product to the right people, right? And how to approach those customers. So that's just a quick tip for all of you guys. And those who are watching right now, there are basically two important things which most people don't know about, who are literally losing money with it as well. Because, it could just be that you're actually going to lose money with it, right? But there are two very important things what most people who are losing don't know. And that's what I would like to tap into real quick. Um, so I'm going to unveil that. The first one is, like I said already, we don't sell products, but you're solving problems. That is such a big shift that you can make in order to just market your product differently. For example, if you're selling orthopedic shoes, right? You're not selling that orthopedic shoe. You're actually selling the freedom that comes and that brings that shoe, right? Because you allow people to just walk normally again, right? So you're even selling a fashion product with maybe a wow factor. You can also make it a problem solving product by just advertising it correctly and using the right words, by not selling the product, but by actually selling that freedom, right? That people can have when they have your product. And the second thing is that we are very lazy normally. This generation, to be very honest, we are very, very lazy people. There might be something wrong with that, maybe not, but it is also in some sort of sense beneficial for you if you apply it the right way. Because with dropshipping specifically, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. I see people willing to start, let's say, one product stores instead of focusing maybe on a general store or a niche store to first test a broad amount of, let's say, products, right? To then, with one product, maybe you can create your brand off instead of directly starting a brand with the product yet you don't even know if it's actually going to sell. And that is so important to understand in order to then use that in your advantage, and basically with the products that you test, understand which product did not work, see what products did work, and from those products that did work, you can maybe make like a niche store if you started a general store, or you're actually going to scale it down to one product store with a product that actually is very profitable for you long term, right? But the very important thing that you should keep in mind is then make your product as well like an evergreen product that you're testing, as you can sell it then all year long, and you're not, let's say, tied to a specific season. So that is super important. Those two things I just want to give you guys in this video. I genuinely hope this gives you some more insight as well about my own point of view of if dropshipping is still profitable in 2024 and beyond, and what you should do, who you should trust, and what kind of research you can do in order to make the decision for yourself. So with that being said, I truly appreciate you if you're still watching, and then I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Take care. Peace.